in a time loop. Oh, yes, we are. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna just give it a minute. I'm just gonna give it un momento, por favor. I'm gonna put this on right here. Let's see who comes in. See if some of my peeps come in. Shut my dryer off real quick. It's kind of loud. Okay. Anyway, okay. I'm not gonna wait anymore. I'm just gonna go full blast, full throat. Oh, we have somebody. Okay, anyway. Hi, welcome in. So, this is, we're in time loops. We're definitely in a time loop. This is not new. Okay, so maybe, maybe the coil pot is some kind of new discovery. Okay. Um, there's no way you can't convince me we're not in a time loop because this is nothing new under the sun. Um, welcome in, welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're not new. So for those who've been walking with me for a little bit, I wanted to do this video because I was feeling a little left out. I'm like, I have to do a video now because I'm just feeling a little left out. People are like, what a great discovery. Okay, and maybe the coils are a new discovery, but I have shown pictures of what's underneath that. Um, I've also shared as well with someone who was over in Giza that reached out to me, showed me all kinds of pictures, proof, um, X-rays of underneath the pyramids. Also, it's in the Sumerian text of what the pyramids really are. So, I have discussed basically this is a mud fossil version of this pyramid. This pyramid does not normally look like that. It truly has gold on the top that's missing. Um, these pyramids are what vibrates through because the United Snakes of America has a ton of pyramids in it, but you don't want to tell anybody, okay? Because that's going to be a whole new discovery, which isn't new, but, shh. And that these really, what happens is the frequency hits these pyramids, and that's some of the reasons why we're in such a low frequency. It's a motherboard. Ultimately, it's a motherboard. This is nothing new under the sun. There's been a few of us who've been talking about this for a while, but maybe people in the back kind of forgot. So I don't find that this is like a really new discovery. So this is an oven. Okay, think about the pyramids as an oven. These heat up. They have mica in them. They have running water in them. And they would heat up. That's why I've been shown they can turn red. They truly have gold on them, but the gold is missing. That goes back to Egyptian time and even Sumerian, which is still the same thing we're talking about. And something to do with Ra hitting these tops of the pyramids that sends a different vibration, a different frequency. I personally been talking about this for a lot of years, so I get a kick out of like this is a new discovery. It's a motherboard. I mean, look at the complex. Look at Giza complex. It's just a motherboard. It sets the frequency. It sets the tone for here. That's why we're in such a low, dense frequency here. And it has been discovered through dissecting the cuneiform Sumerian tablet that it's an oven. Think of a kiln, okay? Just like a kiln. These are what this would be, a kiln. Okay, they have coils running through them. Again, water ducts, or aqueducts, excuse me. Mica, which heats up and like a kiln. These are just dormant. They're not really dormant. They're just in a low vibration. And these pyramids have gold originally on them. So they set the tone, set the frequency. It's just a motherboard. So I'm getting a kick out of this. I'm like, we're in some kind of time loop because I don't feel that this is really a new discovery. Because there's been a few of us that have been talking about this for a long time. Maybe just some people are catching up now, and that's okay. Sometimes it takes a minute for folks to catch up. I've shown the pillars that are underneath it. You can see Horus. You can see Benu, the bird, there as well, carved in these pillars. And then doing research, because I do research, finding out this is like a kiln. And It's in the ancient Sumerian. It is in the text as well. Like this would be a kiln, with the mica and the aqueducts. So, this it's just a motherboard. I'm glad other people are catching up now. This is awesome. Don't get me wrong. Um, like I said, I had someone reach out to me a few years ago on Instagram, proved completely who they were, proved that they were over in Egypt, proved the images to me, from underneath the pyramids. Um, it was somebody that was guided to me for their personal reason, and it was connected to Metatron, and they were creating this box for Metatron to, I don't know, somehow to connect with Metatron, like on a bigger scale. Um, which I thought was fascinating. And like I said, they proved it to me. I'm not easy to sway. I'm not just going to be like, oh, because you say. Like, no, this person shared documentation with me to prove who they were. They shared video footage. Like I was thorough. And the person that they had been over there with, this was a group of researchers, archaeologists actually. Um, they were like, because of the things I was posting on Instagram at that time, they were like, I know this is gonna sound weird, which welcome, just welcome. Of course, it's gonna sound weird because it's me. Um, he stated, my friend passed. My friend, passed away, and I was. I feel she guided me to you, and believe me, I don't just be like, oh really, oh wow. I'm not like that. Like, oh wow, really? What makes you think that? I put people through a little bit of my own little test, and they just proved it. Is all I can say. Is they just proved it. So he had showed me images of stuff that they actually were preventing them, from getting underground radar underneath the Sphinx, because that was their next step. Was they were going to do the underground images of the Sphinx, and it was not permitted. It was not allowed. But some of my hi sweetheart, some of my folks here who've been with me for a while, like, you can't tell me we're not in a time loop, because this has already been talked about. Maybe not the coil part, but this has already been talked about by me, by others, and I'm nobody. I'm just me. You know what I mean? I'm not over there in Giza. I wish I was. But I mean, you can look at it. Just looking at it, you can tell it's dormant, or it's at a low vibration. It's been a mud flood. It's a bone. These are bones. Okay, these are bones, and it's a kiln. And some things I've read, that's actually how we were made. I know it sounds a little creepy, but you got to stretch your mind and open your mind. How we were made. If we're made from the earth, we're clay, right? How we were made. And we were made by the Sumerians. I know. Sit down. Those of you in the back, they'd be like, oh, no, no, no. Open your Bible. No, I know what I'm talking about. We were made by the Sumerians and placed here. So, and again, the mica proves that this heats up. These are bones. That's why you can't even slip a piece of paper in between. Mud Fossil University shows us this every time he does a video, that this is all the land of bones. I was also weirdly shown something about Morningstar with this as well. Like, and then I was shown, and I'm just gonna reshare things because I feel a little left out. Like, okay, I need to jump on this loop because it's a time loop. We're in a time loop. This is not a new discovery. I'm sorry. I'd have to disagree with this. I'm not sorry. I have to disagree. It is a power plant. I mean, like, we already know. Like, come on, we know this. We know this. We know this is a power plant. We know this is a motherboard. This heats up like a kiln, and it has a frequency to it. And then with the mud flood, this is at a low vibration. I was getting messages, like, I don't know, a few years back, about how they're trying to hit the pyramids with frequency here to help raise the vibration here. And again, we have them all over here in the United States. We actually have more pyramids in the United States. But don't tell anybody. And that'll come out too. But don't tell anybody. You got to keep that one to yourself. And this sets the tone and vibration of this world. And it's a low vibration. It's a heavy density. Hence, like, the bone the mud flood. There's no gold. It's really, that's not the true vibration of this pyramid at all. It vibrates at a whole different frequency. It does really have gold on it. We just can't see it because we're in a lower density. And something to do with Ra being here and hitting these pyramids helps change the frequency. But like, I've shown videos on this, and I know other channels have too. Years ago, this is why I know we're in some kind of weird loop on how this is a power plant. And it's a kiln, it's an oven. So many loops happening. Thank you. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I know my folks are woke here. I know they are. I'm so grateful you're with me. I really am. Because this is, how is this new? You know, and people like doing these videos on this is an insane new discovery. No, it's not. It's not. Sorry to disappoint you out there. Really sorry, but it's not new. This is nothing new under the sun. So I'm like, let me just pop on real quick. Was feeling a little left out. I'm like, let me just remind some folks that we're in a loop. Once again, this is not new. Many of us have done videos on these, including me. I've shared many channeled messages I've received regarding the pyramids, and they're in my library somewhere there, about the pyramids. And even the Great Lakes, don't let them tell you that's a new discovery either, because that's going to happen too. About the Great Lakes, the top of the Great Lakes, and I've already done a video on that years ago about that's the top of a pyramid that was shattered, hence the Herkimer diamonds. That's why there's Herkimer diamonds found, because that was the top of a pyramid. Remember, we're on a thick, thick, thick layer of the mud flood, where it was so thick, where the earth churned, or the oceans churned, we'll phrase that, the ocean churned to create so much silt and soot that covered what was here before, which we're going to go through that again, because they got to wipe everything out and re-wallpaper it and call it something new. But this is not new. So, seeing it on what? Deaths also. What loops? But I feel like this, I'm going to wait for you to type what you're going to type. Betty White, yeah. Betty White. Yeah, we're in these just weird loops. They keep trying to keep putting us through this Mandela effect. Just like, okay, so just like the Twin Towers, that whole complex, right? That was an energy source, hence why it was hit. And and if you look at the old pictures, and if you look down upon it, right, it's like a motherboard, right? The buildings are a motherboard. They're an energy frequency. They're clearly not pyramids, but still same idea. So we have two huge power grids in the United States, one over here on the eastern seaboard and one on the west coast. When one of those two goes out, that's when we're all gonna go, it's all gonna go nighttime. Like, it's all gonna be a big, huge blackout. Hey, Mark. So I just kind of wanted to be like, come on, and just share, like, this isn't new. This is not a new discovery. And I'm so glad that you all are here with me, because I know we've discussed this so many times, a few times, like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. It's like it comes through every so often. It comes up again, and we have to be reminded this is not a new discovery, people. It's not. Scott McQuaid even wrote a book on when he was deciphering the Sumerian texts in the cuneiform and breaking down Hebrews, that this was an oven. And I was like, yeah, it makes sense to me, because it has mica in it, right? And it has aqueducts in it. And it's like with some kind of big kiln. It heats up. And I mean, I was shown visions of this thing turning red. And again, in the higher realms, this really has gold. It's just we're clearly in the lower vibration. So I feel like this is something like something's going to happen. This is just my take on it, because we already know this isn't new. That something's going to go on, because Trump is targeting all this stuff too. We can't forget about him. That something's going to go on with them activating this somehow, it being activated because of Nibiru or Ra or both, being here, because we can't forget about Ra being here, and Ra activates things here. It's already, Ra has already revealed so much. The energy of Ra, the light of Ra, if you will, the frequency of Ra has revealed to be able to see through the veil. You know what I mean? It's like adding another technicolor into the picture so that we see through the veil, right? Hence, these things walking the earth that have always really been there, but they just weren't at the right vibration, and now they're at the right vibration. So, oh, I would, yes, please email me. Um, so I just wanted to pop on real quick and just, be like, this is not new. Sorry to disappoint you. It's just not new. No. Not to me and not to you folk either, because I know I got woke folk here. We walk together, and we've been talking about this stuff off and on for years, honestly. And it's come through my channelings as well. And believe what I'm trying to understand. Not believe what? Well, you think about it, okay? Think about this, because back in I want to say maybe 2019. I don't know about y'all, but I woke up to Ra. So Ra was like maybe even before 2019. I was trying to remember. I was really trying to remember the date of what year it was. Because I remember I shot straight up out of a dead sleep going, whoa, Ra's here. And it was echoing through the caverns. And there are caverns that are healing caverns or temple, call them temples, call them whatever label you want to use, that have that vibrational frequency, which is very healing, over in Egypt, over in Peru, Machu Picchu, a lot of different areas. But I heard that, and then I found out, like, I come across someone else, like, proven scientifically that Ra was here, and I'm like, wow, come on now. That's just how it's always unfolded for me. Maybe it was it could have been 2017. I can't, it's driving me crazy. I've been trying to remember, like, because I remember shooting straight up out of a dead sleep, going and hearing Ra, like, echoing through the caverns of here, the earth. Like, like those, that's a real thing. That's a really real thing. If you go in some of these healing templates, you can hear Ra, and it's a tone, it's a sound, tone, and frequency. Right, like Sam Lee was talking about in the video I posted. And they all have these, so she's like, this is like a musical instrument. This is why I've been getting all those signs about, we're like a musical instrument. Then they're playing the notes, right? And oh, well, you're going to email me. Okay, gotcha. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of just pop on and be like, okay, I was feeling a little left out. But I'm not really, but I just wanted to kind of remind folks that, like, this isn't new. Like, it's really not. But maybe for some it is, you know what I mean? I think that they deliberately do this stuff to put us in loops. And maybe they found more things they have, I mean, I do give a sliver of benefit of a doubt. But like I said, you look at, I even showed, I did a video a couple years ago showing the pyramid, showing how it's a motherboard, and comparing it to a motherboard of like a TV or a radio or a walkie-talkie, it's or a computer. It's the same idea, except for these pyramids are at a lower frequency that are gonna be hit real hard, which changes the vibration here, which will change. That's just why we're wake. For lack of a better way of saying it. I'm not saying you're not wake. You're not. I know that y'all are, but this is why we keep like ascending. Like new information keeps coming through because these are really being hit with frequency and energy. and we have really big things descending into Earth, and they want to call them tornadoes. People in the back can believe they're tornadoes all day long. Me and you know different. There is things in these storms that are huge. The mothership, and I remember talking about a mothership was going to be seen, and here it is in Florida. It was seen. It was like a big mothership. I know that video is in my library somewhere. And here we are with this big mothership that was seen in Florida, and cities from. Yes, exactly. I love you guys. I do. You guys are. I know you're on point. You're on it. You're woke. You get it. So this is why I'm like, I'm seeing. I've just noticed the past few days all these people. First, I saw it on Instagram, and I was like, do I want to do a video? And I was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to. I've already covered that. Like personally, I've already covered this, and now I'm seeing these bigger channels all blowing up with this is new. Like, no, it's not. It's really not. But you just forgot because you're in a loop. We're being looped around again. And now we're going through another eclipse. Remember, Neptune's here. We're in this dreamy energy, right? This Neptune dreamy energy with Aries with fire, right? We have eclipses happening. They're moving us through, energetically moving us through. And just stay true to who you are. Because, you know, and I know that you are because you're seeing the loops too. We just keep getting re-looped. It's weird. I think it's weird. It's like, I want to get off this ride. I'm good. I want to get off this ride. So, you know, when I'm seeing KFC, you know, which that's nothing new under the sun either. Like all these people talking about these fast food places that, you know, I don't need to finish that sentence. I know you know what I'm going to say. That's nothing new. But you know, now that it's coming out more and becoming more generalized, it's new to everybody else. But not really when you're paying attention and you really realize there's not enough animals on the planet to be supplying all of these places. Fast food, restaurants, grocery stores, you name it. That's not a hard one to figure out. But now people are seeing things in it. But yeah, this big thing about KFC. There's been a loop too. So I don't know. I just find that kind of interesting. And I just wanted to remind everybody, like, oh, they're doing loops again. Here we are in a loop. Got channels on YouTube doing videos on stuff. Yes, they're doing loops again. Sometimes I'll recap myself. Don't get me wrong, but like I get what you're saying. That's when was it like 2 years ago? I remember doing a live. It was New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, and I was like. It was after midnight, and I was like, oh my God, this person already did a video on this. They're already aware of it, and they just were brought through a loop, and they were talking about it like they just learned about it, and not on purpose, like not to knock the person. That's not how I'm meaning that. Just I saw it, and it was like, wow, it was kind of crazy. So, yeah, and here we be again. So now maybe there's figuring out how it's all put together. I don't know. I don't think that's anything new either. And they've known this stuff all along. They're just now publicly. Most of us have figured this stuff out as well, you know. No more. I pray to God there's no more loops because I really want off this ride. It's like watching people go in circles. And it's like, hey, do you know that you're going in a circle? I just wanted to let you know. Okay, maybe you want to stop doing that. It's at that level. Like, you might want to get off that ride so you don't puke. I don't know. Just a thought. But anyway, that's all I wanted to kind of. I am grateful I see as well. I couldn't imagine not. I couldn't imagine not seeing and not trusting my instincts and not. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that at all. So I don't want to go in circles. I don't, no thank you. And I don't know, that's kind of all I have. So I appreciate you being here with me. I do. Appreciate you all having this conversation. I do too. I want to go to I am with you, Mark, 1,000%. I said that every day. in my conversations with the Creator every single day. Every day. My hand to God, I say that every single day as well. Because this is a weird place, and it's not the same. Have a good night, everybody. And just, I'm going to wrap this up. For those of you in the back, this is not a new discovery, okay? Excuse me, I just wanted to come on and like to share that. This is, and you're in a loop. Just want to remind you, you're being looped through again. And have all a beautiful, blessed night. Peace be with you.